Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Ellen Campbell here with Campbell's Creation. Hope you all are having a good day. And today I will be hand quilting on this Cutie frame. Just trying to get a little work done. And I have a thimble here. I like putting my thimble on this finger here. Let me see, can I get this up so I can keep up with the messages. Normally when I'm live, I can't see it the way I got the my machine set up. Okay, come on. Take just a minute here. Okay, I'm gonna lay it here. I got it up. Okay. Better turn this. I got it up. Okay. I'm gonna turn the volume down on that so it won't interfere. I have my needle threader here. This is I'm thinking it's a Clover's needle threader. I set my needle in there and run my thread across here and mesh that down. That threads my needle for me, so I don't have to struggle to do that. And I'm just gonna start. I'm gonna start right here. It's not bad. It's just Lord, I done popped my thread. I guess my knot was too big. Okay, I do it a little bit different. I have to pop my thread on because I'm starting not from the bottom. I can start from the bottom. I'm trying to do this like a stitch in the ditch kind of method. It's been a minute since I did in a hand quilting, so got it. Got it tucked away. I'm not in no big hurry to just do it. I can take my time. And I get to sit here in this chair in my little cutie frame, which is just right for this. And just run my stitches. I'm not doing a whole lot of back and forward. It's so easy to get my needle off track. Still coming. I'm going to have to learn to schedule my sessions too. That's kind of a challenge for me, so. And the strength in my hand is not that good. So that's why I have to do it. Okay. This the hand I had surgery on. Who I have? Hi, Contessa. How you doing? So glad you can join me. I appreciate it. I'm trying to do some hand stitching here. Get this quilt done. Some basic stitch in the ditch, but can sit here and chat and sew. Okay. Don't look like now one of my hands got that much strength in it, I guess. Contessa got a quilt need repairing. I would love to repair that for you. Ooh. Look like I need to get a pair of pliers out here to pull this through. I can remember my mama sitting at a quilt, hand piecing it. This here is I'm just doing a stitch in the ditch. Let me see. When I don't have that strength and grip in my hands, guess what? I ain't gonna worry about it. I get the job done. Got it. This is company to me. This make my time quality. It's been a while since I hand quilted. It's the first time I'm doing it again since I had surgery on my wrist. And it's working. I found a way to make it work. I'm doing it stitch by stitch. Because of the medical condition, the surgery. I used to love to sit and watch my mama do this. Till when she would start doing it, I would help her. So we was doing it. It wasn't just her anymore by herself. And ever since, I have had a love for it. A lot of times I think about my mom, and when I'm someone that helps me, because to me, I feel like I had the sweetest mom in the whole wide world. She was that kind of mom that I don't care what's wrong, what she going through. If I got it, she got it. Ooh, I'm tangling up my threads. Let me get this through here. Uh-oh. I went out yesterday trying to find some thread conditioner. It's hard to find thread conditioner around here. They didn't even have beeswax or anything. I asked the worker in the store, and they was like, no, the only wax we have is candle making wax. And I'm like, candle making wax? That's not going to work. Okay, I done got caught up here. Okay, I'm going to cut this out. I'm not going to sit here and wrestle with that. Excuse me. I'm having some issues this morning with my sinuses. But that's every day. Every day I wake up. Okay. Now if I can get this, there you go. I had to tie off. Ooh, and restart. Now if I catch where I tied off it, I yank on it a little bit and it pops the knot inside. So once it pops the knot, you will not see that. And I just continue my stitching. I'm not listening to any music or anything today, but it do you kind of good if you have a little music playing as well. And I can sit here and just rip some stitches. I follow a couple people that hand quilts, and I watch they videos, and majority of all of them quilt very different from me. which that's not a problem. Everybody have their own style of quilting. My thing is, enjoy yourself. I'm not quilting this with any special design. It's just going to be hand done. And I'm going to take my time, get it done. It do me so much good to sew. There was a time back here when I thought I wouldn't get to use my hands like this again. When I had that surgery on my wrist, I had some type of tendonitis release surgery. And sometimes I still be having issues, but I just praise God and thank God for allowing me to do what I can do. And I just keep on going. If I can't sew today, I don't sew. I don't worry about it. But if I can do something else related to sewing, then I feel like I'm still getting something accomplished or getting something done. And that's what it's all about, just getting something done. Something we love. The best size needle that I have used for quilting is a size 10. I like the size number 10 pretty good. It's like the smaller you go, the bigger your needle. I think I said that right. The smaller you go, the bigger your needle. The bigger number you go, the smaller the needle. I had a piece of thread. Let me see. Got to adjust everything. All right. This is fun. Oh, let me see if I got somebody new. Beverly. Hello, Beverly. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as today myself. Well, yourself. I'm sitting here just hand quilting a little bit. And this quilt I'm quilting on reminds me so much of my mom. It's a knit quilt pieced together out of old knit fabrics, or you could say knit clothing or something. It's one of those warm quilt tops, you know. It brings back so many memories, so many. And they happy memories. They're not bad ones. And the time of the season we will be doing it mostly is during the winter time when it's cold. And let me warn you, this is my first time hand quilting after my surgery on my hand here, this hand here. And I've been having a little issues pulling the needle through, but I'm getting it. If I can't get it to come through, I got some pliers here to help me. I'm so enjoying this. I don't have a pattern for this. I'm just doing straight lines, running straight line quilting. And I'm going to take my time and get it done. And just so happened this little cutie frame came in right on time. It came in handy. So I realized it's like a hoop, like a big hoop. And I'm like, I can hand quilt on this. So I took my machine off of it. My machine is acting up with me. So I took that off. I have to adjust my stitches and my tension and stuff on the machine when I feel like fooling with it. Get it all adjusted up and maybe it'll sew. Get it sewing on some cotton. I have to oh brother. Okay. I cut it where the end would be in the inside portion of the quilt. And now it's time for my needle to get threaded. Some needle magic. This is a very good device I bought here. It's a Clover's needle threader. If I can get the thread to stop sticking to me and go in with, oh, well, I put it on the cutter. Go in here. Okay, I let it across like that, and then I mash this down. And when I pick this up, nope, I ain't got it right. There we go. Now, my needle threaded. I'm doubling my thread. This thread I'm using, I don't know if it's Signature's thread. There's some thread I had got thrifting. So I double it up. Oh, excuse me, tie my knot. And I starts in the top. I'm starting in the top. That way I make sure my knot get hidden. And I yank on it to my knot. Look at that. Guess I yanked a little bit too hard. It popped all the way through. That'll happen too. Now I have to go back in, do this again. Okay. Maybe this time pop a little less. Still got to get it to pop on that inside layer. Okay. It popped it. My whole knot come out. So I'm taking my knot was too big. Okay, that should be the perfect one. Yes. I don't know if y'all can see this little knot. It's just a small one here on the end. Just a small knot. And it works. And when you by yourself, if your hand's sewing like this, you know, ain't nobody finna disturb you because you home alone. So when I'm home alone, I find me something creative to do. Okay, I think I popped it. I have little threads. I'm picking up loose thread. And I have my other hand here underneath. Is how I'm working my needle back and forward. And it kind of helps me keep my guide, which is my finger, help guide my needle. Like I said earlier, everybody sews and quilt a little different. To me, I think the way I do it, it looked like I'd be sewing backwards. But that's what works for me. That's how I do it. And a lot of time when I'm sewing like this, it goes so fast. Let me take a break, check my messages. Hi, Vicky Lemire. Welcome. Welcome. Hi, Beverly. This is my cutie frame. I have set it up and I put it on top of this this steamer's trunk I had in the room. And I'm gonna have to move it off of there because the table I was preparing to put it on. I'm not done with it yet. I got my legs and stuff. I'm building a table. I want it specially built because I'm gonna do something with the top on it. And I wanted to be able to fold it down and carry it with me. Say if I'm going to a quilt guild or something, I can fold the table down and take it with me. The cutie frame is already small, so if I just put it back in the box, I can bring that in the table. Then I can either hand sew at the guild or at a retreat or on vacation, wherever I'm going. I can hand sew. I can still get something done. So I'm liking that. I'm in the process of trying to get a quilting machine, and I'm planning on getting it through the same company I got my frame from, because they do layaway plans. They'll even let you put a machine, quilting machine on layaway. They have the Cuties, they have the Block Rockets, and this Cutie frame will only hold the Cutie 15, and which that's a nice size mid-arm machine, and it can also have animation on that machine. Or should I say it, animation free motion, or a lot of people might say robotics. Okay, I'm gonna get back to sewing again. I done got in my happy zone, y'all. I feels good doing this. I got to try to keep up with the time too, because I have a church service this afternoon, and I really don't want to miss it. It's like it's a revival, and there's guest speakers coming from out of town. I want to be there. I want to be there. The nights when I can't sleep, when I'm up to 12 and 1 o'clock in the morning, I can come in here and sit. I'm not keeping up any noise. That means I can just sit here and hand sew until I get tired, or I can feel the sleep coming on. Then I can call it a night. My thread keep knotting. This is why I was looking for that thread conditioner. Let me lay that down a minute. Yeah. Well, it knotted up on me, guys. It broke off. So now look like the knot slipped right off. So what I'll do is I'm gonna let this hang right here. I got another needle. I'm gonna tie it off and bed them ends inside the quilt. I have to get the other needle. I have another knot. It looks huge. And I come up right beside this. I try to kind of sew as if I was sewing on a sewing machine. I come up right beside my stopping point. Oh, I pull that straight through. I have to pay attention. I'm looking off and I'm talking. This is a good relaxing time. Look like I done got over relaxed it. I have to pay attention to what I'm doing. Okay. Now just a little. There you go. You can hear it pop when the knot go under. Oh, let me see. Just a minute here. Check my messages. Hi, Sue Horn. How you doing? I'm so glad you could join me today. Okay. I'm gonna need to get me a couple moderators in here after a while. I'm about to reach my 300 subscriber milestone soon, and I just want to make sure I don't miss nobody comments. Some people used to think quilting take a long, long time, hand quilting. Some of it do. The kind that takes a real long time is the hand designing stitching. That is like if you're doing feathers by hand or you're doing just whatever type of quilting design you're doing it by hand, it takes a long time. But just running straight stitches don't take a long time. You just quilt it, take your time. Maybe a week and a half, you're done. That's if you're constantly working on it every day. Most of that day. I used to sew for my mom, and when I was sewing for my mom, I would be sewing all day long. I wouldn't stop for nothing but bathroom and eat, take a drink of water, something like that, pause, but I wouldn't get up. And I would finish my mama straight running stitch in 1 week. And she said I was so good at it, so she kept pulling out her quilts. Come on, do this one for me, do that one for me. Okay, my dear. I love my mama, y'all. She has passed on and gone, but I love my mama. She the one taught me how to do all of this. Even when I was grown and my children was teenagers or smaller children, she was right there, teaching me, helping me, showing me how to do stuff. She was such a blessing to have. All my friends at school used to ask me about my mama, and I would tell them. I said, you know what? I love my mama. That's probably why I stayed in a lot of fights at school. But a lot of kids don't understand you. If you love your mama, somebody, they don't talk about my mama. You know, I tell them you can talk about my daddy all you want to. I love my daddy too, but don't talk about my mama. You hurt my feelings when you talk about my mama. That's just strange, isn't it? I guess I was just real close to my mom. Let me check my messages with y'all again. I can't read it on that screen. That's good, Sue. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm going to ask y'all to please share my video. Share it to your Facebook page, your friends, whoever you wouldn't mind sharing it with, share it. A lot of times I share other people's videos on my channel is because sewing and quilting is not all about me. It's not all about me, but it's what I'm into. It's what I love to do. And when I share it, to me, I be sharing it to say, look, there's others doing this too. They're good at it. We all can learn from one another. I love watching other shows. I watch it so much till I have to make myself, turn off that TV and get some work done. I can put one in here with me where I'm at now, but if I got the TV on, guess what? Some fingers gonna get poked. A whole lot more thread gonna break because I won't be paying attention to what I'm doing. I like watching other people show their techniques and skills. But this right here just showing y'all, I don't know if y'all can see it, or I don't know if you know, but this past January for this year, I had surgery right here on my wrist. I'll bring it close to the camera. You might can see that scar right here. Right across, straight up and like this. It's a little scar. And I couldn't use my hand at all. Couldn't do nothing with it for a good while, a long time, because it was January. And about April or May. Sister. Oh, wow, excuse me. About April or May, I started using my hand. I was doing therapy on it myself at home. Excuse me. And it paid off. I can use my hand again. Because before I had that surgery, I couldn't cook. I couldn't clean nothing. I'm right-handed. So my right hand was out of commission. Now I just thank God I'm able to sew. I can hold a needle. I can sew and I can cut. I couldn't stand to cut anything with it. One while my granddaughter was on my channel cutting for me. She said, Grandma, I'll do it for you. I said, okay, thank you, baby. I let her enjoy herself. She wanted to help Grandma. And I have some grandsons, too, who would try to help me. Yep. They'll help me. And I got some daughters. They like craft stuff, doing stuff. I have one that bake cakes, and I have one make t-shirts, and the other one, she mostly recycle stuff if she's not working. But she only wants to do it when she's doing it for her house or something. So I can understand that. But at least she getting in some skills. I be telling my girls all the time, just learn something. Keep learning something. Taking in knowledge every day. Because sometimes you can take what you know and incorporate it into what you're doing. When you learn something new, you can incorporate it into what you're already doing. And it be so pretty. A lot of time it be your best sellers. Oh. I done made it to this end. Whew. And when I get on out on this end, since this is on the edge, I'm gonna do a little whip stitch here. It won't be seen. The binding's gonna cover this edge here. And get my finger. Do one more over there. Okay. Ooh, my phone went off. Let me get y'all back up on my phone so I can see the messages. Okay. Hey, Niecy Mom, I'm so glad you could join us. Join me. I'm doing a little hand sewing. My thread then got short, so I take that out. Use my clover threader. I don't have my thread down. I'm about to stick the needle in me. I always have to hold this thing. Ain't there something? To get it right. Oh, you know what? I got too much thread through there. Now. There you go. Well, y'all see it won't work right if you got too much thread in there laying across it. I knew I was going to do some hand sewing. That's why I purchased this needle threader. I think I had it since last year, though. Always tie my thread. Oh, yeah. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I tied it just enough to have a small knot at the end of that thread in my hand here. And I start from the top again, which I'm going to come back and run a second row. I think I'm spacing my rows about 1 inch apart. Whew, got it. Knot pops to the inside. It leaves no tails hanging. I have a bunch of notifications that cover my screen on the laptop, so I'm going to have to try to take a pause after I get my needle position and check my messages. Sue Horn said, are you using quilting thread? Tell you the truth, Sue, I'm not sure. I saw some of it says signature thread. So Wait a minute. This says, this one here says beechwood. It's 100% spun polyester. And I've been looking for polyester thread. It never dawned on me to look inside until you asked that question. But if I tested, I did the thread twist. I did the test and it passed the test. So that's why I'm using it. But while I'm doing it, I'm doubling the layers. I'm not using just a single strand on one side of the needle. I'm using both strands. And I knot both of them on the end so it'll be more durable. And this here is a knit quilt. Knit is kind of heavy anyway. So I want to make sure the thread holds it. And, oh, I keep getting caught on the hook. Okay. Let's see here. I just love doing this. And the technique and style I use is one stitch at a time. I don't do the rock and load and pull through. I do the one stitch at a time. And to me, that one stitch at a time is just beautiful. Uh-oh. My only issue doing it right here is keeping a straight line. I had a marking pencil, but y'all know me. I put it down and can't find it. I need that pencil. Ever since I've been sick, I had COVID, I forget. Knowing me, when I forget, I have to go buy it all over again. And by the time I buy a new one, then I'll find the old one. So once I find the old one, I get these little plastic containers and I say, okay, you finna get a label and you're going in a container. That way I know where it is next time. A lot of people quilt with 2 thimbles. I'm only using one. I could use 2, but I'm just using one because I really don't need the other one. I can get by with it because I'm right-handed and I puts it on this finger because I'm doing my push work with this finger. My granddaughter called me and said she's going to help me this weekend. I said, oh, you're going to learn, you're going to hand quilt with me? You're going to learn to hand quilt? She said, that's what I got to do, Grandma. I'm going to learn. I'm going to sew. I said, okay. I'm not going to hold her to it, though, because I know young people is short-tempered. They get frustrated real quick. But if she want to learn it, I'm open to teach. And while I'm teaching her, that'll be a good time, to throw in some conversation. I used to sew with elderly peoples from Mississippi. It was I can't think of this group that had a quilt. I think it was a church that had some kind of quilting going on. They had a lot of quilts made up, and all the ladies got together and did a quilting day where you sit down around the frames and just sew. And I was invited to attend because I like sewing and I knew how to sew. And I went. I enjoyed it. That was a good experience for me. They had their frames. They had about 4 frames sitting up in the hall where we met it, and it was a lot of women's up in there because it was about maybe six ladies to a frame. It was 2 on each side, and 1 on that end, 1 on that end, and then it was, I'm thinking 1 or 2 that was on the corners, and the ones on the corner would stop and thread the needles to keep the needles coming. And I sat down and I laughed and I talked with them. I had a good time. Matter of fact, we finished up sooner than they thought they would because they said, "Oh, look at her. She's so fast. And she ain't making them big old long stitches either." We got done. I just enjoy stuff like that. Out of all my siblings, I'm the only one kept sewing. I'm the only one kept going with it. But you know what? I take that back. My youngest sister, she's deceased now. Well, she's deceased, but she used to help sew a little bit. She had, she got a job once sewing in Mississippi. At that time, they had different companies that would hire you to sew different stuff, and she had a job sewing, a couple of them rather. I miss her too. Everybody thought me and her was twins. They was like, we're not the same person. We was they thought we was twins, but we were different peoples. And the way I found out somebody was spying on me or whatever, they would go back and tell my sister husband, "Oh, I saw your wife today. She was at the doctor's office. I saw her talking to somebody." She come tell me what had happened. I said, "Baby, they didn't see you. They saw me." Unknown caller. Oh, excuse me, y'all. They stopping my videos when they call. I have to have that up so I can read my messages. I probably need to take a break and check my messages. Let me get this in here. Okay. See, do I have any more new people? Okay, Sue said I've used double threads too. Yes. And I can tell I need my marking tool. I'm supposed to have been trying to aim for about a 1-inch spacing. And I done turned this into it gonna be some kind of incredible design. This do me all the good in the world. Okay, I got to trick my thread. Ooh. I don't need it twisted. Y'all know what I did? Let me tell y'all about this. I bought some 2-inch PVC pipe. I took that PVC pipe and I made me a quilting frame out of it. And when you do it, I got it like, it depends on how much space you want, how you want it open like this. So I'm going to use 5 inches. I had 2 long, say you get 10 feet, if you want it 10 feet long, or you want it 12 feet long, but you get you 2 long 12 feet PVC pipes, and then you get you 2 smaller pieces cut, 2-inch, 5 feet. You get it 5 feet wide, and you get 4 elbows. 4 elbows, and you take the 4 elbows and put them on each end of the long 10 feet pipe, and you put them all together till you make a box out of it. But whatever you do not glue it together. Repeat, do not glue it together. If you glue it, you will not be able to roll the quilt up on one side. But if you keep it going, where you can roll the quilt up, you can take some of this. Let me lay this down a minute. I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about. I got it right here. This right here is duct tape, but it's Gorilla duct tape. You take you some of this Gorilla duct tape, and you can tape you a leader on your 10-foot PVC pipes. You tape it on real good. Once you get it taped on real good, then your leaders, you can let them hang or you can roll them up on the rod. And once you get ready to do a quilt, you can take that PVC frame pipe and pin. You know how you run your pins like you finna free motion quilt? You run your pins all the way down that leader you made to go on there. And you put your bottom on with the facing down and the backing up. Then once you get that on that side, you come back and do the other side with your leader, and that's how you put the bottom end on. It goes on to the leader too. But I don't put mine on that leader right then. I go ahead and finish adding this first side first. And then I add my batting, and then I put my top on. Once I put my top on top of that batting, if I'm hand sewing, I go ahead and pin the top and the batting to the backing. I go ahead and pin it to the backing. Now, if you don't have enough pins to do all that, you can also take needle and thread and baste it down to that. That way it's not going to move. It's not going to go anywhere. When you get ready to take it loose, you got the long enough stitches to take your scissors to just clip it, and it'll come out. Once you get all that laid out, you straighten out your ending part, which is the bottom or the foot of the quilt, and you can roll that whole side up if you need to. Roll it up, but you keep it straight, rub it out just like you loading it to a frame, and get the bottom pinned in. I start with the backing piece. I pin it up to the leader first, and then I take the top and the batting, and then I run a basting stitch with a hand needle down to the bottom. Once I get that done, I rose that bottom part. Everything rolls back up to the bottom. The one closest, the rod closest to me. Clear some of this out on here. But yeah, I rolled it up to the bottom, to the one clear next to me. And once I get that done, I just want it tight enough where I can see what I'm doing and high enough for me to reach it. If I'm sitting down, which I love to sit down and do this, but we know in quilting, everything can't be done sitting down. Somebody gonna have to stand up and do something. But yeah, that's how you do it. And it really don't make a big idea if you don't have nowhere to put it on or set it on, because I have set it on my dinner table. But when I put it on my dinner table, you have to let it extend to you so much so you can have space to put your hand under there, or you have to get you some bricks or something to lay across. Maybe even say you stack some 2x4s, because your piece is only 5 feet wide. Say if you got 5.5 feet longs of 2x4s, maybe say 4 of them screwed into one another, and you put one on this end and one on that end. And while you screwing 4 or 5 2x4s together, you can also notch out. You can notch out a place in the top for the frame to just sit in there. Then you know it's not gonna slide off. But yeah, I used to do it. And that PVC will help you. I mean, don't stop. Don't stop your dreams. Follow your dreams. You can do it. You can have a frame. You can make it work. I didn't bring my frame with me when I moved here. I actually left it behind, but I know it's there. So if I'm visiting, going home for something, if I need to sew, I just take me a quilt top, my backing and my batting, take it with me. When I get there, long as I got my Gorilla tape, I can put it together. I'll be sitting at home doing this. From
unknown caller.
Excuse me, I can't answer that right now. And the type of frame, when you do it with the PVC pipe, you can sit outside under a shade tree. You could be anywhere where it's cool, relaxing. Be in your backyard. You can even take it to the park.
Hey, you're a sister. As you may.
Oh, I got to call her back. Excuse me, everyone. Oh, I need that to play. Keep up. Okay. I'm going to have to call my sister back when I'm done with this video. But being able to quilt on the go. And this little frame here, I mean, this is something nice to have. Ooh. Well, I guess I killed my thread, y'all. Oh, no. My thread. It broke somewhere. Ooh, don't unthread. There it is. My thread popped, but I'm going to show y'all I can still use it. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to tie this off. I'm not putting no big old knot in it. I'm just tying off enough where I can bunch up the fabric and then pop that knot inside. Got it. Now I can carry on. From here on over is a single thread line. Let me go to the bottom. Let me check my messages right quick. Okay, no new messages. Okay. I don't know if the calling threw my phone off. This is so fun to me. And as I'm doing it stitch by stitch, in which this is just how I quilt. At least it's how I hand quilt. I don't have any music or anything playing. I just be sitting in the house quiet, concentrating on what I'm doing, and listening to that old loud smoke alarm I got out there. I keep forgetting to put a battery in it. I got to put a battery in it. I have batteries. It's just, I have to make sure it's not that square one. that special square battery. Because if it's that one, I have to purchase that one. This got a song coming to my mind. Hope I don't bust out. I ain't practiced on no song. Catch that with this finger. And stick it straight. Ooh, got it. Okay. Add some more thread. My mom used to have problems with her eyes, and she couldn't see how to thread the needles. And I used to thread all of her needles, since I know when I leave home, she's going to be sewing while I'm at school. I would thread about 20 needles, and when I get home, she'll be able to sew them all up. Pull it back out. I got to remind myself, if I put too much thread in here, it's not. Do I have it in this hole? You've been through the storm. It's clicking, did I? I'm trying to see what I'm doing wrong, guys. Because if you put too much thread across here, it won't work. Got it to work. Okay. Sometime when I'm out riding, know I'm going to be gone all day, I would take stuff to hand sew with me. That way I wouldn't feel like my whole day was gone or wasted away. And sometimes I know I feel like that. So to avoid my day being wasted away, I have this box. Y'all might have saw these little cute boxes used to be at is it Walmart? I forgot who sell these, but this one said love on it. I got this little box, and I got a little pin cushion in here. I have extra needles in here. I have the needle threader in here. I have scissors. I have extra thread. I even have this little Dollar Tree tape measure thingy with the keychain on it. And I even have my little purple wooden press And I put this link to KathyQuilts website, the KathyQuilt.com. It's in the description of this video where you can purchase your own wooden press if you like. And they come in a set. You get the wooden press, the stylos with the seam ripper on one on each end, the stylos and the seam ripper. And she also has the ones that come with the needle casing. You put your needles in it, a little wooden case. You can put it around your neck, take it with you. Okay, where did I stop? I know I'm doing this myself. Ain't nothing like knowing you did something. Ooh, got it, got it. I like it when it just pop, gone in and, you know, be where you need it to be. This is just what I used to love so much about quilting. Just imagine you got a group of women sitting together around a quilt doing some hand stitching. That's awesome. That is awesome. Then, for you know, it's one somebody might ask the question, and when the question get popped, you got a beautiful topic and conversation. I mean, just the experience from that by itself is amazing to me. Oh, brother. Brother. Got it. I did a baby quilt by hands. I'm thinking back in 2019. I did it for my niece. She was keeping babies, and I didn't have a sewing machine at that time, so I quilted it by hand. And I caught myself doing the feathers designs on it. It turned out okay. It was a little heavy. Babies born these days don't like a lot of heat. They'll get mad and holler. Yeah. So I was like, ooh, I make my quilts too heavy for the babies. Ooh. I just sit here and take my time and run these seams. I should have had a collection of thimbles by now, and which I know I do have some somewhere. I just can't fully focus on where they all are. Every time I see thimbles, I'll be like, oh, maybe I should get that. Maybe I should get that. I love thimbles, y'all. The thimbles and the red tomatoes, pin cushion. It's just something about those make me giddy. I be happy. And you know, those little red tomatoes is everywhere. The pin cushion, every time I see one, like, oh, it's a little bigger than the one I got. or it's pretty, it's small. I like them because you know that little tail on the end of them, it has a grain in it. It has either sand or nutshells or something in it where you can stick your needle, keep poking your needle in it, and it cleans and sharpens the tip end of your needle. That is a lot of stuff surprises you when you're not used to seeing it or experiencing it. So I'm gonna whip my end here, which gonna be covered by the binding. I can remember my mom teaching me how to bind the quilt using the backing fabric that lines the back of the quilt. And after I got bigger and saw other beautiful quilts, I didn't like that. I didn't like to bind it using the backing anymore. But I do know it can be done. I have done it. Let me see, can I check my messages again? If anybody new is in, I'm saying welcome. Thank you for coming, watching my channel. I thank everyone for watching. Let me check my messages. Okay. Hi, June Hansen. I'm glad you could join me. Beverly said, Ellen, did you get a new sewing machine? No, I have not. I have not got a new one. But I'm looking into getting a new one. And right now, I'm thinking I might be getting a Cutie, but I haven't just settled on that just yet. I want to look at a few more. I want to check Facebook Marketplace. I just want to check around. I want to find the best deal that's going to benefit me and help me. And I also want to know how well the machine been kept. You can tell. Oh, please. Thank you, June. She said, everyone give me the thumbs up. Please give me the thumbs up. Thank you. Hi, Vicky. If you in here, Vicky, I'm saying hello. I don't see your... Oh, yes, it is. It said, hello, Ellen. I'm sorry I had missed that, but yes. Hello. Okay. Back to the hand sewing. My lines is not as straight as I would like it to be. I knew it was a possibility that my lines might get off. Ooh, yeah. So my knot popped out. Let me check this in again. Okay, my knot didn't pop out. It just knotted on one side. I got to have another knot in here to tie both threads together. Okay. Excuse me. I'm sipping on a little Mountain Dew, y'all. Little Mountain Dew to kind of keep me focused. I just tap, tap, tap on my thread until I can get that knot to pop inside. Okay. And I'm using my other hand underneath to kind of help me. I probably should have had the chalk pencil for fabric to mark this so I would be a little bit more straighter. And stitching stitch by stitch. Oh my goodness. I don't do the rocking of the needle. I know a lot of people quilt differently, but this is what works for me. I'm using double ply of my thread, and it's 100% polyester thread. And I think it's a good thread for a knit quilt. That way the quilt is probably going to, be a little heavy, but the thread will hold it. It will go through the wash. You ain't got to worry about it falling apart. My fears has come with cotton thread. You have to watch, well, from my experience, I have to watch that cotton thread because it could pass your strength test, but you can reach a spot in your quilt where your thread has it don't have the strength to hold it like it should. And in that spot, for some reason, it may come loose. I just find, to me, polyester or polyester blend thread is so much better. It done got to me so bad, I be looking for it. I have a lot of plain threads and serger threads. A regular, the regular Walmart cone thread. I have some of that too. I do use a lot of it, but I mostly use that kind of thread in my piecing. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. It's almost time for me to do something. Can y'all excuse me for a minute? Let me call her back. I'm not gonna go out, but I'm gonna call her back if I'm a mute just for a minute. I'm sorry. Oh, yes. I was still mute. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm just talking and going on. But let me see. Can I set my computer here? It's on the frame now, and I'm gonna kind of hold it down some. Okay, I'm working here. I got like a little crooked seam here. Okay, I made this stitch here. I don't know if you can see it real close, but my thread is here. So I come back in a little behind my thread. And I go in and I come out forward. Ooh. Then I do it again. Go in behind the thread. And I comes out forward. And I go in again. And comes out forward. I have to be careful. Don't let my thread whip over the needle because that will tie a knot. I hope this helped you and you can see it, but this is how I do it. And it's so relaxing to me, and I have to remind myself to keep my thread tight. So, ooh, this is far as it gonna come. But this is my thread, and this is the seam I was on, which you might can see some of these in here. I just take my time and sew it out. If it go a little get a little big, make a little swish, I just go back and put another seam in there. Just keep going until I get it completed. Okay. I'm glad you can see it. Sit it back over here because I'm sorry. Hope I'm not making anyone too dizzy. I'm moving the machine and stuff. But I'm going to have to go on and let y'all go because I have to run out and help someone do something. And y'all know me. I try to help when I can. Long as I can get up and move around and do something, I'll get up and go do it. Because I find when I just sit around and do nothing till my arthritic pain just takes over and I find myself in the bed more than I am active. So if I can just stay active on what I'm doing now, it helps me a lot. It helps me a whole lot because for a while I found myself just staying in the bed. And I have known from firsthand experience that the bed will take your strength. It will take your strength out of your body because you just completely dependent upon that bed. You're not moving your muscles and not using them. So when you just kind of give up like that, it damages the body greatly. Beverly said, goodbye, Ellen. Talk to you later. Who is that? Nisima. Have to stay. Yes, I do have to stay doing something. Keep busy. And I really wanted to show y'all this that I'm hand sewing on the Cutie frame. I put this frame together. I did get some things backwards on it, but I went back, I corrected that. Now everything set up is real nice. It worked fine. It's just my sewing machine. I haven't set my stitching to that sewing machine. I haven't figured out the exact precise setting I need on the speed control. And it's going to take a little work, but I ain't going to give up on it. Let me thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for watching my video. I thank y'all for coming to my channel. Please share my videos. Please like, give me the thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber to my channel yet, please consider subscribing. I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions or any ideas you would like to share with me, do send me an email. Campbells Creation 2015 at gmail.com. That's CAMPBELLS CREATIONS 2015 at gmail.com. I appreciate you all watching. Bye. Have a blessed day.